Welcome back to Grammar Grade 9. This is Unit 7, Lesson 51, and today we're tackling a word pair that trips up even careful writers: who and whom. When do you use each one? The answer comes down to a single idea. Is the word a subject or an object? Once you can tell those apart, a simple test with he and him will settle every case, in questions and in longer sentences alike. Let's get into it. Let's meet today's pair, who and whom. They're really two forms of the very same pronoun, and the difference is simply the job each one does in a sentence. Who is the nominative form. You use it for the subject, the person doing the action. Whom is the objective form. You use it for the object, the person on the receiving end of a verb or a preposition. Remember, a subject does the action, while an object receives it. Get that distinction, and every who versus whom decision gets easier. Now here's the simplest test in all of grammar for this. When you're not sure, just swap in he or him and listen for which one fits. If he fits the slot, you want who. Both are subject words, nominative. If him fits instead, you want whom. And here's the memory hook that makes it stick. Him and whom both end in the letter M. So think of them as a matched pair. Him goes with whom every time. He goes with who, him goes with whom, and your ear does most of the work. Let's put it to work in questions where who and whom trip people up most. The trick is to turn the question back into a plain statement, then run the he-him test. Take who wrote the letter. Turn it around. He wrote it. He fits, so the word is who. It's the subject doing the writing. Now try, whom did you invite? Rearranged, that's you did invite him. Him fits, so the answer is whom. It's the object of the verb invite. Same little move every time. Make a statement, then listen for he or him. There's one more place whom loves to appear, right after a preposition. A preposition, a word like to, for, with, or from, always needs an object to complete it, and an object calls for whom. Watch this build. We start with the preposition to, then it reaches for its object, whom, and the question finishes, did you speak? To whom did you speak? You can prove it with the test. You did speak to him, not to he. So whenever you see to, for, with, or from reaching for a person, follow it with whom, not who. Finally, the part that feels hardest but really isn't. Who and whom inside a subordinate clause. One of those little describing clauses tucked into a sentence. The secret is to isolate the clause and test only the words inside it, ignoring everything around it. Here's one. The chef who won opened a cafe. Pull out just the clause, who won, and test it. He won. He fits, so it's who, the subject of won. Now here's the twist. The chef whom we met opened a cafe. Isolate that clause, whom we met, and test inside it. We met him. Him fits, so it's whom, the object of met. Notice the rest of the sentence never mattered. You only ever test within the clause itself. Let's run the full method on a couple of mixed sentences. First, who or whom will lead the trip? Turn it into a statement. He will lead the trip. He fits, so we choose who, the subject. Second, a clause this time. The mentor who or whom I admire retired. Isolate the clause. I admire who or whom, and test it. I admire him. Him fits, so we choose whom, the object of admire. Notice it's the very same move whether it's a question or a clause. Swap in he or him and let the answer choose the word for you. Here's the whole lesson boiled into 3 quick steps you can run on any sentence. Step 1. Find the who or whom slot, and if it sits in a clause, isolate that clause first. Step 2. Swap in he or him, whichever one fits the slot naturally. Step 3. If he fits, write who. If him fits, write whom. And that last step is the one to burn into memory. The M in him matches the M in whom. Line those 2 up and you'll never guess again. Let's practice. In this first set, each item is a question, and you'll choose between who and whom. Turn the question into a statement. Swap in he or him, and let your ear decide. Pause the video and try each one before I reveal the answer. Blank painted this mural? Turn it into a statement. He painted this mural. He fits neatly, and that tells you the subject word is needed. So the answer is who. Blank did the coach choose? Make it a statement. The coach did choose him. Him fits, so we need the object word. The answer is whom. With blank did you travel? Here, the little word with is a preposition, and a preposition always takes an object. Prove it. You did travel with him. Him fits, so the answer is whom. Now for the trickier ones, subordinate clauses. Each sentence has a describing clause using who or whom. Isolate just that clause, test inside it with he or him, and ignore the rest of the sentence. Pause and try each before I answer. The scientist blank discovered it spoke to us. Isolate the clause. Blank discovered it. Test inside it. He discovered it. He fits, so we want the subject word. The answer is who. The friend blank, I trust, moved away. Pull out the clause. Blank, I trust. Test inside. I trust him. Him fits, so we need the object word. The answer is whom. She is the mentor blank inspires everyone. Isolate the clause. Blank inspires everyone. Test inside it. She inspires everyone. Or he inspires everyone. He fits, so it's the subject. The answer is who. Let's gather up what we've learned about who and whom. Who is the nominative pronoun. You use it for the subject, the doer of the action. Whom is the objective pronoun. You use it for an object, whether that's the object of a verb or of a preposition. And whenever you're unsure, run the test. Swap in he or him. If he fits, the word is who. If him fits, the word is whom. And the M in him lines up with the M in whom to help you remember. Inside a subordinate clause, just isolate the clause and test only the pronoun's own job. Do that, and who and whom will never slow you down again. I'll see you in the next lesson.